Well, I can do a question.
Do you have one?
All right.
Does prophecy give you superpowers? Because if do Christians believe that prophecy gives you superpowers? Because they should. I mean, if the prophecy is you'll do this, then until you do that, you're invulnerable.
Well, if it's you'll be like you touched on earlier,
Right.
it's if you will
Basically
be
that.
somewhere live and alive.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, one, being able to discern the future, I think qualifies as a superpower.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
Well, that would be the God having the superpower
Well-
and telling some mere mortal what's going to happen.
But in the American comic book tradition, there are like magicians and superheroes, supervillains whose power comes from tapping into the source of a god or another realm. I'm actually not sure what the Covenant of comic nerds has said, or if they've issued a proclamation on what the definition of a thing is. But I think your question goes more to, does your prophecy cause the actions to be true, or are you told what actions will inevitably result?
Well, as far as I can tell, you're told what actions will inevitably result, and nothing can stop them.
Actually,
Which is
that
pretty
kind of
weird.
raises a question, and I might be off base here. If the ability to prophesy existed at all,
Yeah.
would that not mean that, everything is that fate is,
Written in stone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Absolutely.
If you could prophesy at all, that would mean that the future is completely static.
Yeah. Well, the God...
If you could prophesy perfectly accurately.
right.
And then also,
I guess that would be assumed, yeah.
at the very least, parts of it would be static.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I prophesy that one day I will die. I'm pretty
well,
sure.
if you keep your prophecy vague,
Yeah.
all sorts of deniability.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite thought experiments is that the God could come down and whisper in your ear a running commentary of everything you're going to do. And just before you do it, you're going to sit in that chair. You're going to eat some pizza. You're going to, go to bed.
Maybe
You're
I
gonna
will,
do this.
but
And
not 'cause you told me.
Nothing you can do can change any of it.
Well,
I mean, I'm wondering how long it would take for no matter, for anyone to feel like a complete
annoyed.
puppet.
No. Okay.
They'd be a
Yeah,
complete puppet,
I think it would be demoralizing and probably distracting from whatever you were trying to do.
Yeah, and then they'd have to realize that, well, even if the God isn't telling me what I'm going to do, he knows. And so all he did talking to me was show me the strings that are always there. And so it's
yeah,
like,
Yeah, but
yes,
this
it's
life is meaningless compared to heaven anyway, so who cares?
well, it's meaningless because you're a freaking puppet.
Well, so it's a puppet if it's either an omniscient God that could change things if it wanted to,
Right.
or like a creator God in a deterministic universe. But otherwise, it's just, no, you're so predictable I can read you like a book, like annoyingly. I think.
Well, if an all-knowing God created the universe and could create any universe it wanted to, then it created the universe in which you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but that God is boring. So
But that's the one they describe.
Well, yes, but so your question was about superpowers.
Yes,
and so
it's
with
about
that broad
superpowers.
scope, I'm going to take
You
it.
become
I guess
invulnerable at that
I
point.
kind of derailed us a little bit there.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, you can...
I wanted to derail.
Yeah, if there's a prophecy that you're going to deny Jesus 3 times, like in the Bible, right? Then...
What else
Between that prophecy and denying Jesus 3 times, who was it? Was it
Peter.
Peter?
Bible
Peter
trivia.
could have thrown himself on his sword. He could have, jumped off the top of the Acropolis. I mean, there's nothing he could do that could kill him.
Yeah.
True. I mean,
Before denying Jesus 3 times, nothing
so
he could have done.
I'm not sure that view of it works correctly. So the response would be that the prophecy wouldn't have been a prophecy if he were going to do that.
But once it's there, and supposedly you can do
that-
anything you
Actually,
want.
yeah, it's not a prophecy if it is deterministic already necessarily.
Well, it is, I guess. It throws
I mean,
a question on what prophecy means.
Yeah, are you prophesying or are you just saying the thing that's going to happen?
Is a prophecy a dictate?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think really when you're dealing with future seeing powers, you have to have some flaw and it has to be very limited. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you just break existence.
Yeah. Well,
But like
I mean-
That's So Raven rules, I think actually worked pretty well.
Yeah,
Because
I
she
mean,
only saw
if he
part of it.
prophesies you'll
and-
deny Jesus, then he must have seen me jump off the Acropolis, and be unharmed.
Well, I mean, if that.
So basically, yeah, I'm
Well,
utterly
so-
immune
so again,
to anything until,
maybe not,
until I carry out the prophecy, because
Yeah.
God can't be wrong.
Well, so. Yeah, sure. But what if you get raised from the dead? I don't know. It might be. that-
Yeah, I guess.
Like, so the prophecy doesn't include everything in between the present moment and when the prophecy is fulfilled.
Right. But the prophecy issued by God could be of arbitrary accuracy, He
I
can
mean,
give
most
you all the
prophecies
details.
are, but yeah. Sorry, my
You know,
mind
most
is,
prophecies are vague, but he could be as specific as he wanted to be.
I mean, sure, but there's the argument that if humans have free will and God were to tell them what was going to happen, I think basically your question arises from knowledge of a prophecy would change your behavior. Like you would respond, you would do something in response to it.
Right, but it wouldn't affect the outcome.
True.
It would change
Which
your
actually-
behavior, but it can't
I mean,
affect the outcome.
I'm coming back to that. So Raven, yeah.
Yeah,
Usually the knowledge of the slight misinterpreted vision of the future influences Raven's decisions, and then oftentimes that makes whatever the thing is happen.
Some
it's almost
people-
like this whole thing.
I mean,
about
I'm going to come
prophecy.
back to, does the ability to prophesy it necessarily basically demand that fate is deterministic?
Well, kind of, because I mean,
least parts of
you
it.
can't change the outcome.
Yeah.
No matter
in
how much
which-
free will you bring to bear,
in
you
which
cannot
case,
alter the
I
outcome.
mean, you can try to change it, but inevitably you can't.
Yeah, if we have anything like free will, it's utterly useless
Well,
because it cannot change the outcome.
You mean it's utterly useless at combating prophecy. You mean?
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget that the Bible also says, you'll know that a prophet is a prophet if their prophecies are right, and if a prophet
Right.
offers prophecies and they're false, then they're not.
Right.
So,
Thanks.
Thank you for that little bit.
yeah, if it works, then Yep, that's the thing, and if it doesn't, it's not. If it burns, then it's fire.
Right.